Chaos reigns as Bo Katan battles for Mandalore, and Din Djarin attempts to end the threat posed by Moff Gideon. Hello, entertainment enthusiasts. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm, and today I'm reviewing episode number 8 of Season 3, the finale of The Mandalorian. As always, spoilers abound, so just be aware. And yes, this is just the, as far as we know, the season finale of Mandalorian. I just hope it doesn't take 2 more years to get Season 4 out there. So last episode, probably the best episode of the season. We actually get to see the Mandalorians come to Mandalore, and they run into a trap with Moff Gideon and the Empire, who already have a base at Mandalore. And that's going to cause problems, because by the end, the Mandalorians are retreating, and Din Djarin has been captured. So let's take a look at the next episode of The Mandalorian, titled The Return. Okay, so here we go with the finale of Season 3.
Moff Gideon is alive. He's gathered his forces and he's using our homeworld as his base.
Okay, I love her leading the retreat.
They're sending up fighters to destroy the fleet. Evacuate everyone.
So Bo Katan giving orders here. I love how she's the leader.
Use the capital ship as a decoy. We can't beat them in the air. We have to beat them on the ground.
Okay, so she came up with a plan really quick there. Have I ever said yet how much I like Bo Katan? You know, I was wondering how 2 guards were going to handle him. Turns out they can't. Boy, I'm going to tell you one thing. Disney, boy, they are getting out there.
No.
Yeah, there's Grogu.
I'm okay.
Okay. So Grogu saves the day.
Running. If we don't take out Moff Gideon, this will never end.
Oh, that Mandalorian music right in the background.
You with me?
I love how he nods his head in acknowledgement. He knows what's going on.
I'm going after Moff Gideon. Do you have a location?
No.
Yeah, she's sort of got her own battle right now.
Stay safe.
If we escape to the surface, I know where we can hold up. Let's go this way!
Okay, so time to regroup and wait for reinforcements. I'm going to tell you, that just gives me chill bumps.
Their capital ship will soon be destroyed.
But the Mandalorian has escaped.
The visuals in this season have just been amazing.
No, I'll take care of him myself.
I'm wondering if they're making him look a little too much like Vader.
You're gonna have to scomp into the base and get me the location of Moff Gideon's command center.
Of course, that could be the plan, but I hope not. Hey, he's gonna help. Love the mouse droids. Okay, he's going to take those ray shields down. All right, so he's headed back to the ship.
The scouting party has been ambushed by Imperial remnants. They're launching fighters to destroy the fleet. Received.
Okay, so now we've got to evacuate that ship.
Down as reinforcements. Leave the capital ship behind as a decoy. Bo Katan needs our help.
I love how he has just, after he got his butt kicked by Bo Katan, he just fell in line. And that seems to be the thing for the Mandalorians, and I just love that. Now, here is something, I might mention it later, I might not, it depends on how long the video is going, but how are Mandalorians able to fly in their suit in space? Can somebody just sort of drop me a comment on that, because I can understand if their entire body was covered by Beskar. But even the Mandalorian, it appears his boots are just regular boots. How would he fly in space? Okay.
Load everyone onto the dropships.
All right. And I have another question I'm going to address later, too, that goes back to that. Oh, that scene just gives me chills. These visuals. And that might be the coolest, best scene. I like this episode. Okay, maybe should have filmed that a little differently. Use a little bit of perspective change or something, because it looks like they just passed by each other. Okay, so space battles, gotta love it in Star Wars.
The command center is down there. I don't have any weapons, so this might get messy.
I'll be honest, I've never exactly understood the reason to have these shields.
Deactivate the first shield.
But I love what's going on right here. I mean, this scene, this set of scenes right here was set to show how badass Din is. Because he's using different techniques, different weapons. And he's still kicking butt. That's what we want. Okay, so you had to think he had some type of welding arc or something. Again, that's a great little move there. Love it. So the mouse droid brought back a pack of mouse droids. Okay, that's a little creepy.
Clones.
Oh, a scare moment there, a jump scare moment.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's destroy those clones. Good job.
We'll be safe down here a while. We've taken refuge in these surface caves since the purge.
Okay. Some nice green things growing.
There are predators above and predators below.
You found underground gardens.
Okay, the big thing here, and of course this scene is going to continue in a second, but the fact that, you know, Bo Katan probably over the years should have come in and checked out Mandalore, okay, and seen exactly what was going on. Because, you know, there's survivors, there's a mythosaur, there's all kinds of things going on, and she was the leader, and I guess she left and never came back. Now, I don't know what I would do in that situation. If survivors and people who are escaping Mandalore would have said, "Hey, it's a wasteland. Nobody's there." I don't know. It might be too painful to try to go back and see what's left.
Once the planet was abandoned, they sprouted in spots. We cultivated farms.
Life finds a way.
Gardens in the domed cities. I never knew the surface could still sustain plant life.
And I just love her voyage this whole series.
Lady Kryze, your reinforcements have arrived.
That's such a great line. I think that's my favorite line of the episode.
Let's take back our planet.
Yeah, let's go kick some butt. Again, these visuals. Whoever did these visuals, Oh, and the armorer is getting involved on this one. Oh, that's so cool. Attack! Well, there's still a lot of those jetpack wearing stormtroopers. Oh, yes, it's like two warring groups coming together with horses. Bam! Take that. I'm not sure that's exactly how the movement with jetpacks would go, but that's okay.
My clones. We're finally going to be.
That was still an awesome scene, especially with the armor.
Adding the one thing I never had. The Force.
That's interesting. Okay, we're going to have to fight Gideon here. Okay. Gideon can fight, I'll give him that. And so with that, basically, I'm enjoying this scene as well. And to go back, whoever did the visuals for the entire season of Mandalorian deserves an Emmy. I'm sorry. I have not seen any better visuals on any show out there in probably a couple of years. And that is just fact. Also, the Force and cloning. I'm going to maybe talk about that at the end of the video. But that's a big question mark. Can you clone someone with the Force? Oh, you got to love the Praetorian Guards and hate them at the same time. And they have such good music as well.
No.
Right, so Grogu back to the save den once again.
No.
You know, I'm not sure for just a second. I didn't think what's going to happen. Boy, she puts her passion into every stroke of that hammer. Okay, I take it back. That is my favorite shot and scene from this episode. Love that we're seeing more Force use by Grogu. I would like for them to sort of get rid of the baby noises, though. That had to hurt.
I've got this. Go save your kid.
All right, there we go, Bo Katan. All right, now that's pretty daggone cool. Boy, I'll tell you, I mean, he's a good fighter. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. I've heard some people complain about that scene. I'll talk about it later, maybe. Yes. Throw them with that Force. There you go, Grogu. And I'm just going to mention there, I've heard some people complain about this, that one small clip there, because, why didn't he immediately get up? Well, it takes just a second to get your composure after you've fallen like that. especially when it was a surprise and you have something on you. He was going to have to get out from under that. The guards were getting ready to end him, and then Din Djarin comes in and basically saves him and gives him time to sort of get up and get ready again. And he shows he's still going to kick some guard butt. So I don't have any problem with that scene. I'm not sure why everybody was upset. Oh, the way he holds his hand, he just reminds me of Yoda. Okay, the guards coming to an end.
Koska, come in. I'm coming in hot. Clear everyone out. I'm going to take out the base.
Well, I'm not sure how good of an idea that is since everybody's still there.
Hand over the Darksaber, and I'll give you a warrior's death.
Boy, he likes to talk a lot, doesn't he? Oh no, not the Darksaber.
Mandalorians are weak once they lose their trinkets.
Maybe not.
Mandalorians are stronger together.
You know, that had to sting. I mean, it was like right at the base of his neck. Yeah, this ship crashing looks awesome as well. Awesome, he gets out. I was hoping he wouldn't die. That's, again, another great shot there. As the Mandalorians are jetpacking out. Okay, now we're all on the offensive against Moff Gideon. Ooh, boy, dying by fire explosion. Wow. You know, this is another second. I thought, you know, what if? But I love the look on Bo Katan's face of like, what in the world is going on? And he's going to be tired, which that's fine. Okay, the whole battle scene. Again, you know, I've heard people complaining about it. Why didn't you kill him for real? Okay, and by that I mean either Bo or Din actually kill him hand to hand or with a sword or with whatever. And you know, he's in that Death Trooper suit, so maybe the only way to kill him at the time is to scorch him to death. And is he dead? Okay, we've all got to remember the number one rule of entertainment. If you don't see the body, they ain't dead. But we're going to talk about that probably a little bit more at the end as well. But great fight scene. Okay, they're going to get the kid his rights.
In my heart.
And the words of the creed shall be forever forged in my heart.
You know, I'm sort of glad they just didn't address much on his dad.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Although it might have been nice to acknowledge it a little bit.
Grogu is my apprentice. He is no longer a foundling.
Well, if that's your opinion there a little bit there, Din.
He is too young to speak, so he is too young to take the creed.
And why is it he can't speak at this point?
Yes, but his parents are far from here, if they're even alive.
Oh, it makes you think.
Then I will adopt him as my own.
It is about time.
Let it be written in song that Din Djarin is accepting this foundling as his son.
Okay, that's awesome. Love that.
You are now Din Grogu, Mandalorian apprentice.
Din Grogu, new action figure. Yes.
You must leave Mandalore and take your apprentice on his journeys.
Okay, we're getting back to sort of what the Mandalorian was to start with. Oh, and he's making contact with the Mythosaur. I'll be honest, I'm glad they didn't pull a Boba Fett and have the Mythosaur come out and be like the Rancor was in the Boba Fett series. Okay, love that little ending series there, and sort of what was going on with the Mandalorians and Din adopting Grogu and them changing his name. Like I said, I'm a little torn on whether I think they should have done something about Vizsla. He died a hero, but I don't know. I think it moved along fine the way it was. Okay, relighting the Forge of Mandalore, the Great Forge. I wonder as this ends if Bo Katan's going to be featured. If she's going to be featured much more, maybe in season 4. Okay, this is the Rebel base.
We really appreciate what you did. You made our jobs a lot easier.
Using the Force to walk along, but I like his little hover chair.
It's not him, kid. One of them reminds him of someone he knew.
Oh, that's an IG droid.
Let me get this straight. You want to work for the New Republic?
Oh, yeah, sure, that's okay.
What I want in return is that.
Scrap assassin droid head?
Okay, we're putting together an IG unit.
I want to give you this deed to a cabin just outside of town where you can...
Oh, love Grief. I hope we see lots more of him.
And I have a gift for you as well.
Okay.
Greetings, citizens. I am IG-11, your new marshal.
Okay, so that killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, this is nice. A nice little cabin. And Grogu playing with the frogs and the Force. Nice little awesome ending there. You know, that could almost be like a series finale if they would have wanted it. But there's way too much more to do. All right, everybody, that ends our recap and review portion of the video. And now, or at least the recap portion of the video. And so now I want to go to the review portion. And most of the review portion is going to be me talking about ups and downs and things I liked and disliked about the episode, okay? And with that, I'm going to start out, and this is just sort of a general thing that I'm sitting there noticing, and it's not necessarily this episode, it's the season. And it's not something that, you know, when I give a grade, I'm going to say, oh, this has got a bad grade because of this. But conceptually speaking, I'm not sure how believable it is that the Mandalorians can all fly through the atmosphere and go into space. Their suits would have to be worthy of going through the atmosphere without burning up. And so with that, I mean, looking at those Mandalorians, some of them, yeah, they had armor, but I mean, I don't think Din Djarin they're not in metal suits completely. They've got parts that aren't covered. Their boots aren't covered. Wouldn't those burn up? Okay. And I'm just pointing that out because I know people out there are going to say, well, you just ignore things. Well, I'll be honest. Sometimes, yes, I do ignore things. I don't care. I love the fact that they can fly in and out of planets with just their backpacks, their jetpacks, and do what they did. I love that. Absolutely. But I understand why some people, especially the science folks out there, might get a little upset with those scenes. Okay. Now, that's really my only negative of this entire episode. I am going to say, and this is a negative, but it's not to anything having to do with the episode. This is a negative to fans, okay, and the fandom out there. And that is, we need to stop trying to poke and prod every episode, every second, slow it down, and try to come up with answers that never existed or where there were never questions to start with, okay? I've seen so much crud on the internet since last week's episode that it is absolutely crazy. Now, yeah, I don't mind the fact people were debating about whether or not maybe they were going to kill Din Djarin, okay? I don't think that was ever going to happen at this point, but there were other things like the armorer being a spy, okay? That's all because Jon Favreau basically titled this episode, or that episode, The Spies, and did it with the plural instead of just the spy. And so people started assuming there were spies in the Mandalorians or spies elsewhere, and everybody's online making these videos. The armorer, this is why she is a spy. Well, I'm sorry, but I disagree with all that because I never saw the spies as being a Mandalorian or anybody that was really in the battle. To me, what they were trying to say, and it's one of the reasons why they've given a couple of these side quests, is, and I can never remember her name, but the former officer who was talking to Gideon, who was in the program to rehabilitate Imperials. She is a spy. I still think Jack Black's character is potentially going to be a spy. I think, in my opinion, that's what they were doing and naming is the spies are those Imperial officers who are in that rehabilitation program. So I never thought about the armor, and I think it's just totally out of character of what they've written and done everything to. And so it seemed like a lot of people were getting views on videos because of something that was completely made up. Now, let's talk about a few positives here, okay? I'm going to tell you I loved all the battle scene, okay? Big up for all the battle scene, especially that jetpack battle scene with the armor, especially Bo Katan leading with the Darksaber. I love all that. It was shot perfectly. Just as a little kid, I dream about seeing a Mandalorian and a stormtrooper with a jetpack on fighting in the air. And what do I get? I get lots of Mandalorians and lots of stormtroopers with jetpacks fighting, and the armorer fighting, and she's such a badass, and I absolutely love that. And as I said, I think this has to be considered for an Emmy. The shots and the cinematography have been great. Most of the technical aspects, you have to consider them for some type of Emmy. Okay, next positive, okay? I like how this season has sort of mirrored society. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I know there are a lot of people out there that scream, oh, it's woke, it's woke, it's woke. But I think we see in entertainment throughout history that what's happening in society gets reflected in movies, in TV, in books. And so the whole point there at the end when Bo Katan has lost the Darksaber and it's been destroyed, and she looks back at Moff Gideon after Gideon says that she has nothing. Mandalorians have nothing after their trinkets. And she says Mandalorians are better together. And, that's what almost this entire season has been about is Bo Katan and her journey. And which that's another positive, by the way. But getting the two groups of the Mandalorians together and then showing they're stronger together, and they come in and they beat the Imperials and they take back Mandalore. We don't know how long they'll have Mandalore, but hopefully they've taken it back permanently. And so I think that is an excellent way to bring things that are happening in society in and not being too overtly woke about it, okay? And then again, as I just said, Bo Katan's entire journey, very desperate at the start, sort of have giving up, to now she's lighting the forges of Mandalore and her planet has been taken back. Next big up is I'm loving using Grogu more. I think it's been needed for a while as he's going through, and not every episode has been good with that. But this final episode, I think we saw Grogu do more in this episode than we have the entire first 2 seasons added together. And so I'm glad we're getting to see that. Hey, it's Star Wars. I want to see space battles. I want to see the Force. I want to see Jedi. And you get me that, I'm going to be a happy man. All right. Now, with that, I'm going to give this episode a grade now, and I'm going to give this episode an A-. Okay. It was good. It was really good, and I enjoyed it. But I think I liked sort of the way the last episode went a little bit better. Okay. So that is basically my view on this episode. Okay. Now, with that, before we get out of here, I do want to just tell anybody that's listening to this today, if you've listened this long, tonight, I believe at 9 o'clock, I'm going to try to go live. And with that, I'm going to basically do a channel update. I'm going to do basically a wrap of both The Mandalorian and Picard. And then I'm also going to answer any questions any viewers may have. So if you're able to tonight at about 9 o'clock, and it should show up if you're a subscriber, it should show up to you because I'm going to put it up in a couple hours. Come by. I'm going to try to keep it to an hour or less, and let's discuss Mandalorian and Picard as well if you're interested in that. And send me some questions, make some comments on this video, and I'll answer those tonight as well. Okay? With that, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the coverage of Mandalorian. And with that, please subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and comment below. And I'll see you next time on the Fandom Rail.